Good morning! It is Lakes05 here, literally about to leave and drive home, but I thought I have a 5-minute tutorial I'd love to show you. And it's on how to make windows the new way with custom model import. So this won't work in your primitive worlds, but for all your new custom model import worlds for you MHCP members, this is how we make windows now. And so without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right in. I'm going to go and open up Blender. It's really simple, guys, so you will need Blender. Oopsie. I don't know why Windows is so cursed, but I have the app installed. It just doesn't open it up for some reason. Okay, opening up. And now we've got Blender open. Fantastic. And so I would really kind of encourage you, especially if you're going to be doing custom model import, just to get familiar with the basics of Blender. Definitely don't need to learn Blender. But all we need to do to make a glass window is literally click Add Mesh Plane. And this mesh plane will be our window. It's a square window. You theoretically could do like a mesh circle or whatever shape you're actually looking for. But we're just doing a simple window square to mimic the way we used to do it in text. But text was super inefficient, and so doing it this way is really important. And so the material is going to be called glass_transparent. And so transparency with the text gizmo was not great, wasn't ideal, but transparency with a custom model is so much more efficient, which is why we do it this way. So glass_transparent is the material name. Now the first bit, glass, could be called whatever you want. So if you've got a bunch of different types of glass, like a stained glass or something, you can give it whatever name you want. But now that we've got this created, we just click File, Export, FBX. And then we're going to go into our downloads, which is where I'm just throwing my junk for now. We'll create a new folder and call this glass window. There we go. And we'll jump into glass window and we're going to give this a good name. We're just going to call it glass FBX. Clicking export. We've now created the 3D model. Now we need our textures. And so I use Blender for the textures and just go to texture paint. I click new. And then I like to make these 32 by 32. I don't think it actually matters because they're just solid color, but anyway, that's what I do. And so then I don't worry about the name. I just go down to color, and then using in any of these, it really doesn't matter right now. We're trying to create a bright window. I think I want to try white. I usually use blue or like a light blue, but I'm going to try white this time. And we'll go ahead and press OK. That's going to create our color. So this is the color of the window. Now the window is going to be transparent, so you won't see much of this. But now that we've got this, we can click Image, Save As, and to link this color up to the window, we'll go back to Downloads, Glass Window, and then we named this Glass, so we'll type glass_BR, and that means it's going to link up to the glass, and now we'll click Save As Image. All right, so now that we've got this color for the window, we can now create the Mesa file, which stands for Metallic Emission Specular and Alpha, and that alpha is what we use to make our glass window transparent. So we're going to create another new, and then under color we'll make sure to select RGB, and RGBA corresponds to MESA, so that's metallic is red, so we're going to make this extra shiny, so we'll go with 0.99. Or I'll just do 1, it's fine. And then emission, we don't want this to glow, so we'll set that to 0. Specular we'll set to 1 so that it's completely visible. I believe if you set this to 0, it turns it to black. And then alpha, we want this to be very, very low alpha, like 0.01. That would be 1%. Sure. Okay, yeah, we'll try that. And then we'll press OK. Now we'll click Image, and we're going to click Save As. And to get this to link up to our thing as a Mesa, we have to type glass_MESA. So similar to BR, but in this case it's Mesa. And that's what's going to link up to that _transparent that we built earlier. Okay, so now with that set up, we can now go into Horizon, which I have opened. I'm just going to use one of my older classes where we did image importing. So we'll just jump over here. Just so I don't keep creating junk worlds every time I make a tutorial. I should create like a tutorial world. And then I'm going to have in the description a link to assets, and this will be one of those assets that you can download. So we're going to go into the assets folder here, and we're going to click, and I'm going to put this, sort it a little bit, go to archive, go to junk from classes, click add new, and we're going to add a new 3D model. I'm going to turn off preserve offset pivots and then click choose file, go back to downloads, go into the glass window folder, and then select these 3 values, press open, and import. And in a moment, we are going to see this appear. There it is, and it's loading. We got that loading icon, and just giving it a second. I'm just going to click over to Splash, wait 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, there goes, success, perfect. We can now bring out our glass image, which I will drag and drop over the chicken. And there it is. Oh, nice. I was like freaked out for a second when it was white. But yeah, so that is a little too transparent. If we focus on it, you really can't even tell it's transparent. Can I rotate this? Let's go 0. Let's go to 90. I literally can't tell that it is... I literally can't tell. So let's go back to Blender and let's create a different Mesa file. So in here, we're going to click Image, New, and 0.1 was too small, so we're just going to change the color to point. I would try 0.5, but let's just go 0.1 to make the point. Press OK, Image, Save As, and then we can replace Glass Mesa. Press Save As Image. That should overwrite it. And then we're going to go back into Horizon, add new, 3D model, and choose file. And we're going to go back into downloads, glass window, select all 3 again, press open, and import. Okay, there it goes. I left my mouse in my computer bag. It's theoretically just right here. And so there we go, got my mouse out. And then turn my mouse on. I can't look around without a mouse. My trackpad on my laptop just does not allow me to look like that. There we go. Mouse is working good. So let's delete this old glass. And now let's bring out the new glass. And this should be a lot more visible. And yeah, that looks pretty good. I think maybe even increasing it from 0.1, it is still kind of hard to see. But that's kind of the point. Like, glass isn't supposed to be, you're like supposed to see through it, right? And so you can tell, right? There it is. You can see the edge. And I like that. It's nice. And there is a little bit of reflection there. As you walk around it, the way it looks changes. And that'll look better and better when you're in VR and you're walking around and it's actually in place and you've got a bunch of them. So there you go. That is a glass window tutorial. In the description, I will have a link to the asset folder that'll store that so you can download it. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. I will see you in the next one. Bye!